because all the different areas are so varied, you see so much.
The kampong lifestyle is one that really interests me. It really catches my attention and my heart.
Jonty's kind of taken over the care of most of them because I killed a few. Alien-like looking blob.
Got a fish. We are Jonty and Millie, and along with our kids, we look for the amazing wonders of our world, living in Singapore and exploring beyond. Welcome to Wonderlust. Hello everybody, we have just started a walk here at Hort Park.
Yeah, we last came here for two of our closest friends' wedding. It was beautiful. We only got to see a small section of it, so we thought we'd come back. We took a bus here from our place, which was 40 minutes, and actually it was really nice just to look at all the different scenery, different houses. We spotted some different food places to go to.
Yeah, I found just like sitting on the bus for a bit just forced you to slow down. And it's so easy for us in Singapore with taxis being a fairly reasonable price just to get on a taxi, but actually to be able to take our time and explore what was around us was really lovely. And now we've just started this kind of like bridgey, slopey loop, which is really lovely. And in a moment we're going to cross over the road to get towards Hort Park.
Yeah.
We've only just arrived really, and I'm already staggered by the number of different plants there are to be able to see here. Just the absolute variety. We're on this bit now called Floral Walk, and there's like banana trees, there's amazing palms, there's lots of different shrubs on the floor, a rooster, and it's amazing to know that this is just in the first 100 meters, if that.
This little section here kind of cuts off, and it's got really nice like tile walkway all the way through, kind of bending off to the corner so you can't quite see what's there, which is nice, kind of intrigues you to go down. And this section of Hort Park is about encouraging you to have like ornamental plants, like inside or outside. So it's got a whole range of different ones for inside and how you can set them up. They have workshops in here. I was looking a little bit online that you can come and find out about how to have more plants inside your house. I really like plants. Jonty's kind of taken over the care of most of them because I killed a few, sadly. But maybe I'll pick up some tips today. This is the room that our friends got married in, and you've got outside is beautiful with like the lawns, there's water upstairs. So yeah, this is a brilliant venue you can hire out, which is cool. They've got little sections off, but we'll show you all of that in a little bit. We need some lunch.
There are a couple of food options here. We're trying this one called Canopy, and I was here for a coffee the other day when our friends were getting married, so I'm looking forward to trying their food too. I know it's not normal for us to have food like at the beginning of an episode, normally we end with it, but hopefully you enjoy the food with us too.
Normally when we're going out exploring, we'll see if there's like a hawker centre or a local coffee shop nearby. You won't often see us in restaurants or cafes like this in our vlogs. I guess we kind of like to keep the prices down a bit so that we can kind of stretch our money a bit further here in Singapore. But we thought today would be a nice treat to come here somewhere different and to enjoy everything that Hort Park has on offer for us. We're sat right by the window and the view is really lovely.
So I have opted for a pizza, which is not like me because normally I'm very anti-carb, but for some reason today I just fancied it, and they have a Parma ham pizza, and it's delicious. I'm really enjoying it. I'm nearly halfway through. It comes with, obviously the Parma ham is just kind of lathered on top, as well as some rocket, which is fantastic. The price is about $24 I think here, which like Millie said earlier is a bit more than we normally would pay, but we're kind of treating ourselves a little bit today, and it's great to be in this atmosphere, and we're looking forward to just having a little walk around the park. Also, actually, mentioning price, the park is free to get in, which I know doesn't sound like anything here in Singapore, but for us in the UK, being able to enter a park like this would cost us, we'd all have an entry fee, and so to be able to come here and experience it all for free is just spectacular. Okay, ready? Should we do this one?
I had the chicken burger, which was really, really good, and it was kind of like had like a sweet spice to it, and then had like caramelized onions inside, which was really lovely. So yeah, feeling full, ready to go and walk around. This place is really nice, and I like that it's set out with like space in between the tables. You don't feel too cramped in, which is nice. We kind of opted for the corner with the window seat, and it feels really nice. Just exclusive. It is quite quiet in here, might be because it's just a Monday afternoon, I guess. But yeah, really lovely, and enjoyed it all. I didn't, like I said, the price was slightly more than we'd normally pay, but it felt like it was worth it, so that's great. So we're going to head off and see what else we can see.
Herein lies the reason why I don't really normally go with carbs, because I'm feeling very sluggish now, but it's okay. We're going to be walking around. The staff in here are super friendly. Just the way that they addressed us, the way that they looked after us, the way that they came to us, even with the bill. Just such friendly people, so definitely recommending coming down here to Canopy. And then the food was great too, and like Millie said, and I think I said as well, we don't normally eat like this, and we don't normally have a lot of Western food, to be honest, but to be able to have a pizza was really nice. When we were in the Kranji countryside the other day, we talked about the Kranji tree, and we only saw like a little stumpy version of one. Whereas this one next to me is a huge Kranji tree, where the name of the area Kranji is taken after.
There is a spider.
You just moved.
That is a spider right there.
Yeah.
I am their guide. No, the playground is that way because I already see the slide.
I'm stood in what they refer to as the Balinese garden, and it's covered with huge bamboo all over. This makes a really nice sound as the wind blows. And there's kind of like this archway that they're like teasing through metal to grow over, and it says that you can get married in this bit as well. This would be such a cute place to have your wedding ceremony, and I didn't realise just how much is in this small little space. Definitely worth coming to and seeing all the little different gardens, because it is just so varied. It's great.
It's a fan, it can block you from the sun and you can still see through this hole, and it can also be a hat. So.
This little section behind me has got a whole heap of different plants that you could use on your balcony, or that you could use in your terrace if you've got one, or a small little courtyard. But all of them are edible, and then you can put them into drinks, food, whatever it might be. And I think it's great. I love that they're trying to promote you growing some of your own food, even in a city like Singapore, which is so densely populated and everybody lives on top of each other. I think it's brilliant that there are opportunities for anybody to be able to cultivate their own little garden where they can grow food that they can eat.
What's really nice in this little section is that they have like this huge planter with mint, basil, thyme. It smells absolutely gorgeous, and it's nice that you can touch it and kind of feel it. There's tiny little flowers, and then huge leaves all around in this tiny little area. There's lots of little areas inside each section with places that you can just sit and soak in the environment, which is really nice. I've just looked up and all the clouds are super fluffy. The kids are going to head to the play area, and it is just nice just to sit and take some time to just chill and look out, rather than just like walking through this area from getting from A to B as a cut through. Really lovely seeing all the different plants. Yeah, I wish I was better with plants, but I'm enjoying looking at them.
I'm amazed at how quiet it is here today. Like, we're pretty much the only people, other than the gardeners, the people who are looking after and maintaining this area, but it is stunning, and I can't believe that there's no tourists here. I know it's a Monday and we're on kind of school holidays, but I find it amazing that there are no tourists here. There's no locals wandering around on their lunch break, and I know it's afternoon and it's warm and all that sort of stuff, but it's just so beautiful here, and fairly easily accessible too.
Yeah, it is, and as you were talking, I've noticed, like in front of me, I can't actually see any taller buildings. Lots of our commenters enjoy like our nature walks and things, and although I guess this isn't strictly like a nature walk as such, this is more sculptured, it does feel like you're surrounded by the nature looking for, and because all the different areas are so varied, you see so much, whereas some of the walks you kind of see the same plants over and over again, but there's just so many varieties here and things we haven't seen. And I love the big leaves. They're kind of the thing that reminds me, yep, you live in Singapore now.
Yeah, it's very
Leaves
different to what you get in the
face.
UK. Yeah. Well, we're going to keep looking. The kids are having a great time playing at the playground, so we're going to keep exploring and enjoying. And there's so much shade in the canopy here, which is great too.
This is all part of a community garden project, which is great to get people involved, get you learning about it, a real family activity, to get the community together. I love things like that in Singapore. They're often searching to get the community together and to pull people together, make friends. It can be really tough to meet people, and we met somebody recently that's been here a year, and she said she hadn't really found any like firm friendships here, which I find quite sad. It's such a busy place, but yeah, look out for community things that you can get involved with, and see if you can meet some people that way. All of these cages hanging up where people would bring their birds to hang them up, and so that the birds could interact with each other and sing, and people would sit and listen to them, and they would interact with each other as well. I don't think that happens as commonly as it used to. I believe there is a place, the name eludes me, please put it in the comments below. I haven't had a chance to see it. I believe lots of the uncles and aunties that bring their birds get up quite early, so maybe I need to just get up a bit earlier and try and see it sometime, because I've never been there to experience it. I've come down to where there's a mini pond area, which is quite sweet. Lots of little bugs and things flitting around there. And then I looked in front of me, and I guess they're like mini allotments in the UK. You can purchase or rent a plot of land next to lots of others, and then you can grow your own herbs and vegetables. And it's got a similar thing here. They're raised beds that you can, I believe you can rent them for a certain amount of time. And they're all here. And I love that it's so respectful that everybody's plants are just left. They're left because people respect that they're other people's mini gardens from the surrounding area, and you can come and plant here, spend some time in nature. It's great idea.
I've never seen anything like these leaves before. They start off folded up in half, and then as they grow, they widen and expand into being a full open leaf. Behind me is a Changi tree. I love these trees. They were once upon a time all over the Changi area, and obviously that's where the name Changi came from. But back in World War II, all of these trees, which grew up to about 70 meters tall, were all cut down because they didn't want them to be used as landmarks for the Japanese who may have flown over to bomb places. And so they cut them down, and before they realized it, they'd cut down every single last Changi tree in the area. Now I know that there's one that they've planted somewhere at the Jewel. I also know there's one that they've planted in Changi itself, outside the Changi Chapel Museum. And here is another one.
Otters are like mermaids. They're like, I am,
Moana.
I am Little Mermaid. I am Ariel.
Fish. From a distance I spotted the otters, and I thought for a moment that they were monitor lizards from a way off, and then there were like 3 or 4 of them, and I thought, no, this doesn't look right. So we came close, and it turns out they were otters, and there was about 5 or 6 of them, family of them. I think they were all hunting, because we've seen 2 now come up with fish in their mouth, and they kind of hide in the banks. We can't really see them eating. We just about managed to get a glimpse of 1 or 2. But it's really cool to be able to see them. The water's actually surprisingly clear, so when the sun hits you can see more of the body of the otters under the water. But it was pretty special to be able to see them and hunt. If we were to continue behind us in the direction in which we're going to end up on the Canopy Walk, which I think takes us to Southern Ridges and all sorts of stuff like that. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a really nice walk. I've done bits of it before, but I haven't quite pieced together like the puzzle of all of the walks. I've done it in sections, so that could be another visit for another time.
Yeah, so we're actually going to go back in the direction in which we came from, but we're going to take a different route back so that we can explore different parts of Hort Park.
I see tadpoles.
Oh, is that a bad thing? Why?
They turn into frogs.
You like frogs?
No.
If you know what this alien-like looking blob is, please let us know. I've not seen anything like this before. You see, Aspen?
I've got no idea what that is, but it's some sort of gunk on a leaf.
Nest?
That maybe, I don't know, it's more like, I've got no idea. There's an incredible number of species of orchid here. Some of them are really, really tall and grow really high, because the ones that I'm used to are the ones that you get in pots and kind of grow and you put them in your house or in your office or something like that. Whereas here, they're really, really tall. They're taller than me. It reminds me a little bit like the ones at the Istana, where the president's home is. Incredibly tall. There's like a whole parade of them where you can walk through, and it almost feels like you're in cornfields in Europe. But over here there is an incredible number of species of orchid, and they're also varied, so many different colours, so many different shapes. It's quite pretty. There are some beautiful little pathways that you can just walk through, and they kind of curve around different plants and different rocks, and it's so nice to be able to just explore and see what might be around the corner. And the way that it's been created and the way that it's been laid out makes it feel like they're little exclusive bits that you can discover, even though these areas are clearly man-made. And it just adds to the opportunity to feel like you're discovering something beautiful in nature, which is always a winner for me, really. Whether we are in a place like this where it is already created for you, or whether it is somewhere brand new that we've never been to before, or potentially no humans have been to before. I love it. The area behind me represents a kampong garden and community spirit, and I find these things incredibly interesting as someone who did not grow up in Singapore but feels very much like I'm at home here, having been born here, having had my roots here, I guess. The kampong lifestyle is one that really, really interests me. It really catches my attention and my heart, and so to be able to see little examples, little glimpses of it here and in other areas of the country, really, really get my mind and my heart and my imagination going, if you like, and it's been really nice to be able to explore a little bit more of that here. It's been such a lovely day wandering around Hort Park.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed everything that's been here, all the little sections. We've been here for quite a while actually, and then stopping for lunch. The park is open, I think it said 6 AM till 11 PM, which is later
late.
than a lot of the nparks. A lot of the nparks are kind of 7 till 7 when it gets dark, but I guess with the restaurants here and open for weddings and functions. So I would love to come back here at night. You can see lanterns hanging in the trees, and little bits lit up kind of underneath the foliage, which I think would give it just a whole other kind of magical feel, which might. So I quite like going out for dessert, so it might be nice if we could come for dessert and then wander around here
So
at
if
night.
any of you would like to look after our children, let us know. Leave a comment below. Please, if you enjoyed this, or even if you didn't, to be honest, we would love it if you hit subscribe. Do comment, hit like. We are fast approaching towards our 10,000 subscribers. We're soon going to be overtaking the 9K, and we are really hoping to be able to get to 10K by the end of the year. And I know we're only halfway through, but all of your help is much appreciated.
It is, yeah, definitely. Like, we're not all about the numbers, but the numbers just mean we can reach more people, and we have loved kind of building this Wonderlust community.
Yeah, we have.
It has been really great and interacting with you guys. So thank you if you're a regular commenter. It really does mean a lot to us,
Yeah.
and we're like, oh, so and so has commented again, and it warms our hearts. It's nice.
True. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.